Tonight, I ironed the blue dress my granddaughter says makes me look like the sky. I was 5 minutes from my daughter-in-law's big dinner when my phone rang. Don't go, my lawyer said. On paper, your house isn't yours. My hands went cold. They called it help. They called it safety. I call it theft. I turned the car around, pressed my brass key into my palm, and chose proof over peace. Think family can't erase you? Watch me take my name back. Iron, breathe, don't scorch it. I tell myself as the blue dress slides flat. Emma says I look like the sky. My phone buzzes. Liam, be on time. Arya has a surprise. I'm leaving now. I text, grabbing my purse and the brass key. The phone rings. Victor? Don't go, he says no hello. Maggie, stop. I freeze at the door. What happened? A quitclaim deed was filed 3 weeks ago, he says. Your house was moved to North Shore Haven, LLC. I don't know that name. Manager, Arya Collins, he says. Air thins. That's impossible. There's also a durable power of attorney, he adds. It bears your signature. I never signed a power of attorney, I say. Never. I believe you, he says. On paper it exists. Come to my office. Now. I will, I say. My hands shake, but my voice learns new steadiness. Bring ID and any old deed, he says. Text when you park. I drive with him on speaker. Quitclaim. LLC. POA, he repeats. If forged, we'll prove it. Do not go to that dinner. Aria's surprise, I say. She meant my house. I can't prove it, he says. The timing sings. I feel stupid. You feel ambushed, he answers. Let me hold the paper. You hold your breath steady. In his conference room, he spreads printouts. Deed number, date, notary. Look at your signature. Mine never closes, I say. This one is choked. The notary is registered in a county tied to Aria's family, he adds. So they prepared this, I say. We'll show that, he answers. We move fast. I hand him my license and the last deed. Here. We'll file a fraud affidavit, he says. Notify the recorder and your bank. Freeze movement tied to this transfer. My phone lights. Liam, Mom? Where are you? I won't make it, I text. He replies, you always ruin things. I breathe once, slow. I do not answer. What did he say? Victor asks. Later, I say. What's first? Call your bank manager, he says. Hold new lines. I'll email language. Then revoke any POA they waive. Then a lease pendens to block sale. My voice will shake, I warn. Let it, he says. Truth doesn't need polish. I dial. Carla? It's Margaret Reed. I need to report suspected fraud on my property documents. Yes, tomorrow morning. I'll bring counsel. Victor nods. Text Arya. I'll speak after I review documents with counsel. Nothing more. I send it. Arya replies, that's dramatic. I put the phone face down. I won't reply. Good, he says. Tonight, stay with joy. I'm not fragile, I say. You're targeted, he answers. Different thing. I'll ask her. He squares the stack. On paper, this is reversible. On the heart, we go slow. I'm still me, I say. They don't get that. He manages a small smile. Bring me your stubborn. I text Joy emergency. Can I stay tonight? She calls at once. Of course. What happened? Paper games, I say. I'll explain soon. Do you need me to get you? She asks. I'm with Victor, I say. I'm safe. Then come straight to me, she says. I end the call and stand. Anything else tonight? Keep the key on you, he says. Save every message. Do not argue. Do not explain. I like to explain, I say. Explanations feed them, he says. Evidence starves them. I touch the brass key. My husband gave me this, I say. It feels heavier. It's a promise, he says. We'll honor it. I walk to the door, then pause. Answer me straight. Is my home gone? On paper, yes, he says. In court, likely not. In you, never. I nod. Then I can breathe. Breathe, he says. Drive to Joy's. I'll send the drafts. Outside, the night is a cold ribbon. I text Liam. We'll talk after I review documents with counsel. The dots appear. Vanish, don't return. I start the car and speak to the empty seat. You wanted a surprise, Arya. Here's mine, I'm awake. I set the key in my palm like a coin I won't spend, and I drive away from a dinner that was never meant to feed me. I don't sleep, I whisper to the ceiling. Breathe, Maggie. The house answers with a slow creak, the sound my husband used to make at the door. I sit up, wrap my robe, and touch the brass key on my nightstand. This isn't gone, I tell it. I'm not gone. I cross the lawn to Joy's porch. I knock. Joy. It's me. She opens. Come in, honey. You sound hollow. I need your hands, I say, so I don't shake alone. She takes mine and seats me at the kitchen table. Tell me everything. Victor called, I say. Quitclaim deed. An LLC with Aria's name. A power of attorney I never signed. Joy squeezes. You're not crazy. You're kind. They took advantage. I feel stupid. No, she says. You feel betrayed. I swallow. Liam texted last night. You always ruin things. Then today, she says, we ruin their plan instead. How? Step by step, she says. Breathe first. You call Victor at 9, she says. I'll drive you to the bank. We'll copy everything. We'll label folders like soldiers. Aria wanted me at dinner, I say. Her surprise was my house. Her surprise can choke, Joy says. Coffee. The mug warms my palms. I hear him in the creaks, I say. He used to tell me, Maggie, breathe. Then breathe, she says. And fight. I text Liam, we need to talk. I put him on speaker when he calls. Mom, he says, Aria handled paperwork for your own good. My own good. You forget things, he says. You misplaced bills. You left the oven on. I turned it off, I say. You turned away. Come to dinner tonight, he says. We'll explain it all. I'm not coming, I say. I'm reviewing documents with counsel. So dramatic, he mutters. You're making Aria look like a thief. She filed papers that made my home vanish, I say. How should that look? Stop, he says. You're tired. Aria can manage this better than you. I forget nothing, I say. I sign my own life. Silence. Then a click. He hangs up. Joy sets a napkin by my hand. He heard you, she says. He just didn't like it. My phone rings again. Grandma, Emma says. Are you coming tonight? My throat closes. Not tonight, Star, I say. I have grown-up work. Will there be cake anyway? I'll save you a bigger one later. Okay, she says. I love your blue dress. I'll wear it soon, I say. Be kind today. I will, she says, and the hallway noise swallows her voice. I set the phone down and stare at my keys. The brass one dents my palm. Grief for the living keeps moving and asks you to chase it. I want to scream, I say. Don't waste breath, Joy answers. Build a record. Proof, I say. Proof, she repeats. She slides a spiral notebook across the table. Start with the date and what you remember. Small bites. I write deed filed. LLC. North Shore Haven. Notary unknown. POA forged. Liam, you always ruin things. Aria dramatic. Add how you know the signature is wrong. Joy says. Mine never closes, I say. On theirs it strangles. Good, she says. Now list places to visit. Bank, recorder, notary registrar. Also the safe box, I say. Old trust drafts. We'll take photos of everything, she says. 2 phones. 2 clouds. I'll bring IDs, the old deed, and the safe box key. I say. Add the tax bill, Joy says. Scammers hate paper trails. I'll print the text, I say. Screenshots, timestamps, everything. I nod. I'm scared. You're allowed, she says. Fear is a seatbelt, not a jail. When my hand's steady, I stand. I won't rage, I say. I'll prove. Say it again. I'll prove. We make a list for the fridge. Call Victor. Bank at 10. Recorder at noon. Dinner with Joy. Joy taps the paper. We keep the day simple. We keep you steady. I tuck the key into my pocket and feel its head settle. I'm still the door, I say. They don't get to lock me out. Exactly, she says. Ready? Joy asks. Ready, I say. Let's go collect my life. Steps, Victor says, tapping my notebook. Pull the deed. Check the notary. Freeze any POA. I wrote it, I say. Deed, notary, freeze. And no speeches, he adds. Only paper. Breathe, he says. Go. At the county clerk window, I show ID. Recorded deed for my address, I say. The clerk scans. Found it. Certified copy. Please. She stamps and slides pages under glass. Initial here. I sign my real signature and compare it to the deed. My loops are wrong, I whisper. Meyer never closes. I'm checking the notary, I say. Name and commission number? Page 2, she says. Commission 84126. Name, Tessa R. Boyd. Business address, Bluff Street, Suite 3. I jot it down. I call Victor. Commission 84126. Tessa Boyd, Bluff Street. Run the state lookup, he says. Check expiration and employer. I scan the seal, save PDFs, open the site. Tessa Boyd, commission active. Employer, Collins Integrative. Collins, I say. Celeste's last name. Screenshot with timestamps, he says. Save and label. Next stop bank, he adds. Ask for the manager. Use the word contest. At the branch, I tell the receptionist. I need Carla Nguyen regarding a fraudulent transfer. Carla steps out, careful. To my office. I set my folder down. A quitclaim deed moved my home to an LLC. A helic may have been touched. She types, then frowns. There's a recent draw. How recent? 11 days, she says. Large transfer to a new business account, Collins Wellness Studio. Collins, I say. Area's maiden name. Is that family? She asks. My daughter-in-law, I say. That money was for Emma's education. If you contest, we'll flag it, she says. We can place a temporary hold pending review. I contest, I say. Formally now. I'll need a written statement and any legal filings, she says. My attorney is drafting a fraud affidavit, I answer. I'll deliver it this afternoon. I'll print activity logs, she says. Dates, amounts, receiving account numbers. She returns with a stack. Here's the draw, the transfer, the receiving bank. Here's my card. May I have the helic note and any recent change requests? I ask. Of course, she says. There's a request to add an authorized user. Who? Aria Collins Reed. Without my signature? There's a scanned authorization, she says. The signature resembles the deeds. I never signed, I say. I'll swear that. Do, she says. We'll escalate to fraud investigations. I write while I talk. Date, time, Carla Nguyen, helic draw, transfer to Collins Wellness Studio, added user request, signature mismatch. My phone buzzes. Aria, why are you harassing my bank? I type. Please direct all communication to my counsel and pocket the phone. At the copier, Carla asks, certified copies? As many as policy allows, I say. 2 for me, 1 for counsel. She binds them. Anything else? Please request branch camera entries on the draw date, I say. If possible. I'll submit it, she says. Chain of custody rules apply. Submit it, I say. I call Victor from the hallway. Helic draw 11 days ago. Transfer to Collins Wellness Studio. Added user request with a forged signature. Good record, he says. Email scans. We'll file the affidavit in a lease pendens. Don't engage with Aria. I won't, I say. Paper will speak. Back at the clerk's lobby table, I label folders, deed, notary, bank. I back everything up to Joy's share drive. Joy texts, status? Tracks everywhere, I reply. Celeste fingerprints on the notary. I press my palm to the brass key in my pocket. I don't scream, I tell myself. I take notes. I list next tasks. Revoke any POA. Notify recorder. Deliver affidavit. Request bank hold confirmation. Pull notary bond info. I write Emma's name beside the list like a reason. Carla meets me at the door. The flag is in motion, she says. Investigations will call you. Thank you, I say, for treating me like a person. You are, she says. And this is your money. Outside, sun flashes on the paper edges. The folder is heavy in my arms, heavier than fear, lighter than despair. My hands still shake, but now they shake with purpose. I hold the weight, stand straighter, and walk to the car like I'm wearing armor. Don't click, I tell myself. You'll only bleed. I click. Aria glows in silk on my screen. Liam stands beside her, smile tight. Celeste lifts a glass. The caption reads, New Beginnings. New beginnings for who? I whisper. A voice memo from Arya arrives. I stare at the play button like it's a blade. Joy texts, eat yet? Not hungry, I write. Close the app, she replies. After one thing, I say, and I press play. Arya's voice pours out. Sugar over rust. You should have come. We're guiding you now, Margaret. It's safer. No more stress. I pause. Guiding me? I say. Like a leash. I save the file to a secure drive labeled evidence and back it up. Another photo lands. Celeste's hand on Liam's shoulder. Arya's diamond throws light. I call Victor. They plan to announce it tonight, I say. Describe the pictures, he says. Arya in silk. Liam stiff. Celeste raising a glass, I say. Save every post, he says. Screenshots with timestamps. Comments too. I'll grab them, I say. What about the memo? Forward it, he says. Grandstanding leaves tracks. Preserve the original, he says. Email a copy and keep source clean. I'll store it on 2 drives, I say. One here, one with Joy. They sound proud, I say. Let them brag, he says. It's cheaper than subpoenas. I hate that Liam looks relieved, I say. Relief dies when facts arrive, he says. Keep building. I forward the memo and screenshots. Sent. Good, he says. Drink water. Don't answer them. I won't, I say. A knock. It's open, I call. Joy steps in with a thermos and a storm in her eyes. Tea, she says. Also fury. They captioned it New Beginnings, I say. For who, she asks. For the people who think I'll sit quietly, I say. Not your sport, she says. What's that look? Arya sent a memo, I say. She said, we're guiding you now. It's safer. Guiding my foot, Joy says. That's a rope. I saved it. Victor has it, I say. He says it leaves tracks. Then let them stamp all over the internet, she says. We'll map each print. I pick up the old brass key. The tiny M glints. I close my fist. I'm still the door you open, I whisper. You are, she says. You still choose who walks in. I choose Emma, I say. I choose truth. Then we copy everything, she says. Where do we start? Deed, notary, bank logs, texts, captions, audio, I say. 2 drives, 2 binders, 1 offsite. Color tabs, she asks. Blue for house, red for bank, yellow for messages, green for court. She grins. General Maggie. Quartermaster Joy, I say. Printer's ready. We work at the table. Pages breathe out of the tray. This one, deep page, notary stamp. This one, Arya's caption. This one, Celeste's toast. Write a line under each, Joy says. Plain words. I write. They celebrated a transfer I did not approve. I write. They framed control as care. I write. I did not attend. A comment flashes. So proud of you for taking care of family. Screenshot, Joy says. Saved, I say. Tag, narrative of care. Good tag, she says. Abusers love that costume. I don't want to be cruel, I say. Be exact, she says. Exact hurts lies, not people. I label a new folder. Announcement night and slide prints inside. Victor texts, received. Keep originals safe. Don't reply to bait. Copy, I text. Building record. Proud of you, Joy says. Not for pain. For process, I answer. Process keeps you upright, she says. Rage makes me sway, I say. Stay upright, she says. We're not done. We finish a stack. I snap binder rings shut. The metallic click feels like armor. Joy hands me a fresh sleeve. More. Everything, I say. If they toast, I count. She raises her cup. To counting. I raise mine. To proof. Outside. A cheer rises from someone's live stream. I don't watch. I file. I name my date. I breathe. My hands still shake, but they shake with purpose. I am not at their dinner. I am building the table where the truth will be served. Revoke everything, Victor says. Every power of attorney you ever signed, real or imagined. I sign none, I say, but I'll revoke the ghosts. He slides forms across the table. Initial here, here, and here. I initial. What next? Fraud affidavit, he says. We swear the signature isn't yours. Then a temporary restraining order to freeze any transfer or lockout. I want calm, not war, I say. This is calm, he answers. Paper now, volume later. At the clerk window, I say, Affidavit, TRO. Certified copies, please. Stamps land. Victor nods. Keep originals in the fireproof bag. I will, I say. By afternoon, I reach my porch and see Liam's SUV in my drive. He steps out. Mom, we need to talk. I prefer counsel present, I say. You can call Victor. Arya says you're unstable, he blurts. She says you could burn the house down. I lower my voice. I raised you with the truth. Don't turn me into a story that fits her. He stares at Emma's empty car seat and swallows. If there's a mistake, Arya will fix it. Then let her meet me with her lawyer, I say. We'll meet with documents. You're making her the villain, he says. She filed papers that erase me, I answer. That's an action, not a costume. She did it for safety, he says. You forget bills. You leave the stove on. I forget nothing, I say. I set timers. I keep lists. I sign my own life. Everyone at dinner asked where you were. You embarrass me. I skipped a party to keep my home, I say. Embarrassment can wait. You love drama, he says. I love documentation, I say. It looks like drama to people who fear it. Arya says the bank will clear this. The bank flagged a draw, I say. They froze the transfer. They're investigating. Then drop the affidavit, he says. No, I answer. It protects the house and protects me. He glances at the brass key in my fist. Why carry that? It reminds me I'm still the door you open, I say. I'm trying, Mom. Try differently, I say. Stand next to me, not in front of me. His phone buzzes. Arya says don't sign anything. I'm not asking you to sign, I say. I'm asking you to listen. She says you'll twist my words. I'm twisting nothing, I say. I'm speaking as your mother. We can fix this without police, he says. Then bring honesty, I say. Bring her lawyer. Bring yours. Bring dates and receipts. You're being cruel, he whispers. I'm being exact, I say. Exact hurts lies, not people. You used to need me, he says. I need you to be decent, I say. That's all I ever needed. He steps back. I can't stay if you won't be flexible. I won't be invisible, I answer. He opens the door, then pauses. Emma asked why you skipped dessert. Tell her I'm baking a bigger cake later, I say. Tell her I love her more than this fight. She'll like that. I know, I say. Drive safe. He leaves angry because anger is lighter than shame. Joy pulls up. Did he try to barter your sanity for a signature? Close, I say. He brought rumors and left with boundaries. Good, she says. You're not sleeping here alone tonight. I'm fine, I say. You're targeted, she counters. Different animal. Pack a bag. Inside, I move room to room. I'm coming back, I tell the walls. Hold your shape. I lock windows, test doors, slide the back chain. Joy idles at the curb. Got the bag. Bag. Meds. Charger. Folder, I say. And the key. She taps my pocket. Promise kept. Promise kept, I say. At the door, I call Victor. We filed, I say. Liam came, called me unstable. I said meet me with counsel. Good lines, he says. Sleep at Joy's. I'll file the lease pendens first thing. I turn the deadbolt, pocket the brass key like a vow, and step into twilight. Guest room for me? For as long as you want, Joy says. We drive away, lines drawn, names clear, my house locked, my spine steady and my promise warm in my palm. Mrs. Reed, a calm voice asks. This is Detective Nina Shah. I'm listening, I say. I'm at my neighbor's. I'm calling because your bank flagged a transfer, she says. I can't promise more than a review, but the notary looks dirty. Dirty how? I ask. Links to a related party, she says. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'm ready, I say. When did you last sign anything for your son or his wife, she asks. Never, I say. I sign my own life. Did anyone pressure you to delegate decisions, she asks. Yes, I say. By pity and speed. Name them, she says. Arya Collins Reed, I say. Celeste Collins. Any witnesses when you allegedly signed, she asks. I can't be in two places, I say. My calendar shows church that day. Send me copies, she says. Also the deed, the POA, and your samples. I saved everything, I say. Timestamps, screenshots, audio. Good, she says. Email them, then wait for my call. I will, I say. Thank you for respect. I text Carla. Status. She calls back at once. Funds are frozen, she says. The disputed draw is on hold. Do I owe anything today? I ask. Not on that line, she says. We flagged the added user request. Thank you, I say. I felt erased. You're not erased, she says. You're here. My phone buzzes. Arya. You're embarrassing, Liam. I breathe and save it. Joy watches me. Well, I'm saving it, I say. No reply. I screenshot the text and label it. Embarrassment as control. A voicemail appears from Celeste. I put it on speaker. In our culture, elders rest, she says. Let the young manage. You will feel safe, Margaret. Don't fight him. I save the file. Piteous pressure, I say. Joy snorts. They love that mask. I reply with silence, I say. Only screenshots talk. Victor calls. Recorder accepted our lease pendens, he says. They can't sell the house. My bones unclench, I say. What next? We file notarization complaints, he says. We push the bank affidavit. We hold the line. Detective Shah asks for packets, I say. I'll send them tonight. Send 2 sets, he says. Cloud and thumb drive. I have both, I say. Blue tabs for house, red for bank. Arya pings again. Why involve police? I type, then delete. I save the bubble and let it cool. Joy pours tea. Want to scream? I want proof, I say. Screaming doesn't scale. I draft the email to the detective. Attachments, deed, POA, bank logs, sample signatures, calendar entries, voice memo, screenshots. Joy leans over. Add a short list, she says. Dates and who did what. Done. I hit send and breathe. My phone rings. Liam. I let it buzz, then text. Please contact Victor. He fires back. Why are you doing this to us? I'm doing this for me. I whisper and I archive the thread. Carla emails a confirmation. Hold placed. Case number attached. I print it and slip it into red 3. Victor texts. Sleep at Joy's again. I will, I write. Door locked. Key with me. Night settles. Joy's guest room smells like clean cotton. She knocks. Light on or off? Off, I say. But sit a minute. She sits on the bed. Say the plan back to me. Wait for the detective, I say. Keep copies. Don't reply to bait. Meet only with counsel. Good, she says. What do you ask for tonight? Not victory, I say. Clarity. And a spine that doesn't bend, I say. She squeezes my shoulder. You have both. Stay till I breathe slow, I say. We count 3 breaths together. After she leaves, I speak to the ceiling. I'm still me, I say. I'm the door I open. Another text from Arya. You don't know what you're up against. I let it pass. I save it. I whisper I know what I'm for. I place the brass key under my pillow like a small shield. I fold my hands. Guard my mind, I say. Guard my name. Guard my home. I close my eyes and feel the bed hold me. I don't ask for thunder. I ask for light that stays. Attic boxes, I tell Joy. Tax files, blue folders, all of it. I'll hold the ladder, she says. You hold your breath steady. Dust sighs when I lift the hatch. Left corner, I say. The banker's boxes with black tape. Got them, she says. Careful with your knee. I'm fine, I say. I'm stubborn. On the floor, I cut twine. Receipts, insurance, letters, I mutter. And this? Joy points. What's that envelope? My husband's hand, I whisper. Open if you feel cornered. Do you feel cornered? She asks. I do, I say. I'm opening it. I break the seal. Living trust draft, I read. We never finalized it. Check behind it, Joy says. There's another, I say, lifting a thicker set. Gold ribbon. Notary seal. Correct date. Witnesses. Names. Victor and Ben. I say, tears sudden. He saved me from a future he feared. Read the clause, Joy says. I trace the lines. The house is placed in the Reed family trust. Trustee Margaret Reed. Any transfer without the trustee's signature is void. Void, she says. That's your word. It is, I say. I'm not erased. I'm the trustee. I press the papers to my chest. Thank you, I tell the air. Call Victor, Joy says. Now. I dial. I found the finalized trust, I say. Notarized and witnessed by you and Ben. He exhales. Bring it, he says. This is the spine. I'm crying on it, I admit. Cry, he answers. Ink won't run. At his office, he lays the pages flat. Seal. Signatures. Dates, he says. Flawless. So the quitclaim? Void against the trust, he says. They can't move what you hold. Aria will spin, I say. Paper outlasts spin, he answers. Let her tire herself. What next? I record a certified copy and attach it everywhere, he says. Judges love clean chains. Back at Joy's, I wipe my face. I want them to speak freely, I say, and hear themselves later. Test the recorder, she says. I power it on. This is Margaret Reed, I say. I keep receipts. I keep myself. It's clear, Joy says. I'll invite them, I say. Neutral cafe. 10 minutes to clear the air. Bait without blood, she says. I text Aria, cafe on Maple. You and Celeste. 10 minutes. She replies, fine. Celeste adds syrup. We're glad to guide you. I slip the recorder into my purse. No ambush, I say. Just reality. At the cafe, I set my cup down. Thanks for meeting, I say. Aria's smile is tight. You made things messy. I preserve things, I say. Speak plainly. Celeste folds her hands. The deed is done. You can't fight all of us. I press the purse. Say that again. You can't fight all of us, she repeats. Noted, I say. Anything else? Aria leans in. You need rest. We'll manage the house, the bank, the paperwork. I sign my own life, I say. You forget, she says. I remember everything, I answer. Especially today. Celeste tilts her head. In our culture, elders rest and trust the young. In mine, elders read, I say. And I did. Joy coughs behind me like a bell. We're done, I say, rising. Send requests through counsel. Coward, Aria says. I'm careful, I answer. There's a difference. Outside, Joy grips my arm. Did we get it? We did, I say. Clean audio. Label it, she says. Name the chapter. They think I'm alone, I say. But I'm not. That night, I email Victor. Attachments, trust copy, meeting recording notes, Celeste quote, Aria admissions. He replies, received. Tomorrow I file the trust and a notice of recording. Keep the original safe. I slide the trust into a plastic sleeve. Blue tab, I say. Home, heart, hard proof. Joy tucks a blanket over me. What do you ask for now? Clarity, I say. And a spine that doesn't bend. You've got both, she says. I hold the brass key and whisper to the dark. The deed is not done. I can fight all of you. I can. I breathe, count folders, and set the recorder by the lamp. I do not ask for mercy. I ask for daylight on paper and for my name to stand. Hand steady, Victor whispers. Speak plain. Let paper work. I will, I say. I brought the trust and the key. We enter court. Ben sits behind me. I face forward. The air tastes like dust and electricity. Liam won't meet my eyes. I breathe. I keep my hand still. Case number, the clerk calls. Present, Victor says. Aria's lawyer stands. Elder protection. Gift. Safety plan. Family consensus. I rise. I did not gift my home, I say. I was erased from my own life. The judge raises a hand. You will each be heard. Keep to facts. Victor lifts a binder. Exhibit A. The Reed Family Trust, notarized and witnessed years ago. Trustee Margaret Reed. Any transfer without her signature is void. Exhibit B. Bank freeze letters and Helic activity logs. Exhibit C. Lease pendens recorded last week. Exhibit D. Voice memos where respondents discuss guiding petitioner. Aria's lawyer spreads his hands. She forgets. She leaves ovens on. The family acted to protect. I face the bench. I use timers. I keep calendars. I sign my own life. The judge looks at me. When did you last sign for any of them? Never, I say. Not a deed. Not a power. Nothing. Call Detective Shah, Victor says. Detective Shah steps forward. The notary on the deed appears linked to Celeste Collins through employer records. The signature strokes do not match known samples. I recommend investigation. I turn my head. Truth leaves ink, I say. Aria's lawyer tries again. There was a gift. Oral at a family dinner. I shake my head. I skip dinners that take houses. Order, the judge warns. Victor continues. We submit timestamp screenshots of celebratory posts, new beginnings. We submit a voice memo. We're guiding you now, Margaret. It's safer. The judge studies the page. Trust language is clear. I hold the brass key in my palm. I am the trustee, I say. I am not a problem to manage. Petitioner, the judge asks, are you afraid of retaliation? I am not afraid of truth, I say. I am afraid of silence. Ben leans toward me. You're doing fine, he murmurs. Aria's lawyer pushes once more. Your Honor, my clients only sought stability. By forging stability, Victor says. By calling power care. The judge turns to Aria. Do you wish to speak? Aria swallows. She forgets birthdays. She misplaces bills. You thought wrong, I say. Celeste stands. In our culture, elders rest. In mine, elders read, I answer. I read the trust. The judge taps a pen. Anything further, the judge asks. Only this, I say. Please recognize what already exists. My name on the trust. My right to choose. Aria's lawyer sighs. If the court insists, we ask for monitored management. I ask for respect, I say. And for distance. The judge lowers the pen. Findings to follow now. Silence builds. The transfer is void, the judge says at last. The court recognizes the trust. The notary matter is referred for investigation. Respondents are enjoined from interfering with petitioner's access to the property, accounts, or documents. All communications shall go through counsel. Aria's mouth falls open. Victor releases a breath. Ben's hand warms my back. I sit very still. Thank you, I say. The judge nods. Ms. Reed, keep your records. Mr. Hale, file the order. We are adjourned. The gavel lands. Chairs scrape. In the hallway, Aria hisses, you humiliated us. I told the truth, I say. Humiliation came free. Celeste points at me. You will be lonely. I will be honest, I answer. Different cost. Victor checks his phone. Copies in an hour, he says. We'll serve them today. Liam hovers, torn. I thought we were helping you, he says. I meet his eyes, then learn what help looks like. What does it look like, he asks. It looks like asking, not taking, I say. It looks like listening when I say no. He nods once. I'll try. Try with honesty, I say. Try without her scripts. Victor touches my sleeve. Car's this way. I pocket the key. I'm ready, I say. We step into noon. The marble stays cold. My spine does not bend. My name stands where it belongs. The sign is down, Joy says, showing a photo. Collins Wellness Studio. Paper on the windows. Lease gone. I ask. Gone, she says. Comments say closed indefinitely. I breathe. The tower wobbles. My phone rings. Carla. The bank demanded repayment on the Helic draw. The hold stays. Thank you, I say. Please keep every notice. Already filed, she says. Case numbers in your email. I'll print them, I say. I breathe once. Rain thickens against the glass. My screen stays quiet except for Aria's blank avatar sliding up and down without words. Ghost pacing, Joy says. Let them wear a rut, I say. At dusk, a sharp knock. I open the door. Rain rushes in around a small figure. Aria stands there, hair slick, mascara thin. I made a mistake, she says, shaking. I can fix it if you drop the complaint. I keep the threshold mine. Fixing starts with truth, not deals. We were scared, she says. Liam is soft. My mother pushes. The deed was just. Erase just, I say. You move my life on paper. I can pay it back, she says. I can sign whatever you want. I can make statements. Tell the truth, I say. Under oath. To the detective. Not to me alone at my door. Please don't ruin me, she whispers. I didn't build you, I say. I won't demolish you. I will also not carry you. Celeste won't answer, she says. She blocked me. Consequences travel in packs, I say. Liam will break, she says. He loves you. I love him enough to stop lying, I say. Do you? She watches water pool on my mat. I thought I was protecting him from you. From my consent? I ask. From my signature? From my name on my own house. I thought you were slipping, she says. I wanted certainty. You chose control, I say. Name it. What do you want, she asks. The truth on record, I say. And distance until you learn what power is for. So you won't drop it, she asks. No, I say. Not for deals. Not for tears. For truth and only truth. Joy appears with a towel. You're dripping on her courage, she says. I'm sorry, Arya tells Joy. Tell the detective, Joy says. She keeps receipts. My phone buzzes. Liam, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I text, you didn't want to. 3 dots blink, then stop. Arya squeezes the towel. Detective Shaw called me, she says. She mentioned a path. A plea, I say. Cooperate on the notary scheme. Name the hands that guided the stamp. She wants dates and messages, Arya says. If I give them, will you? I don't bargain, I say. Cooperation is lighter than stubbornness. I'm tired, she says. Truth is lighter than pretending, I answer. Will you talk to Liam, she asks. When he brings honesty, I say. Not before. Will you see Emma? Always, I say. My door is open to her. She nods, defeated. I'll call the detective, she says. Good, I say. Write a statement. Keep a copy. She hesitates. Can I hug you? No, I say. Not today. Fair, she whispers. Joy points down the steps. The storm is easing, she says. Go before it returns. After the door shuts, I lean on the wood. I wanted to hold her, I admit. You held your line, Joy says. That holds everyone. I choose not to crush them, I say. But I don't carry them. Say it again, Joy says. I don't carry them, I repeat. Detective Shaw calls. Ms. Reed, Miss Collins reached out. I know, I say. She came to my door. I offered a plea path, the detective says. If she provides names, messages, and the notary chain, the DA will consider leniency. Then she should give it all, I say. No edits. Where do you stand emotionally, she asks. Clear, I say. Boundaries are not knives. They are doors I control. Night settles. I set the brass key on my palm like a small sun. Joy brings tea. What now? Now I rest, I say. Tomorrow I file and bake a cake for Emma. What flavor? Joy asks. Lemon, I say. Bright. Honest. Hold the ladder, I tell Joy. I'll fix the gutter and stop the drip. You're lighter than stubborn, she says. But I'm here. Months slid by, I say. The house breathes easier. Rosemary or thyme, she asks. Rosemary, I say. I like its spine. Victor calls. Trust maintenance looks good, he says. Any questions? I want an education fund for Emma, I say. Small but safe. Inside the trust, he asks. Yes, I say. Conditions clear. Access with proof of need. I'll draft, he says. Carla will set the account. Carla meets me at her desk. Purpose, she asks. College, books, emergencies, I say. No one touches it but me as trustee. Sign here, she says. And here. I sign, I say. I breathe. Joy pokes my arm. You're glowing. It's order, I say. Order is air. Tea to celebrate, she asks. Always, I say. Liam texts. Can I come alone? Yes, I write. Come as yourself. He stands on the porch, hands empty. Therapy helped, he says. I want you to meet me, not the version Arya built. Then earn it one honest day at a time, I say. I hurt you, he says. You did, I say. You also stopped. I believed fear, he says. Believe facts, I answer. I want to rebuild, he says. Start small, I say. Return keys you copied. Return the story you told. I can return keys, he says. The story will take time. Time is fine, I say. Lies are not. May I hug you, he asks. You may, I say. One breath. He holds and lets go. Thank you. Keep your appointments, I say. Keep your word. I will, he says. I'll show you. A letter lands in my box. From Arya. Joy says. I won't open it, I say. Want me to burn it, she asks. No, I say. It will wait until truth signs it. What if truth never comes, she asks. Then it waits forever, I say. Detective Shaw calls. The notary case moved forward, she says. Your recording's held. Thank you for the work, I say. You did the keeping, she answers. We did the lifting. I sleep better, I say. Good, she says. Keep records anyway. Joy brings seed packets. Plant these, she says. Future in paper coats. I will, I say. I want sent at the stairs. A neighbor waves. Celeste moved, he says. Sold her condo. I wish her clarity, I say. Do you forgive her? Joy asks. I don't forgive what isn't owned, I say. But I release what I can't hold. Release is a good broom, she says. It is, I say. It sweeps me light. At sunset we carry tea to the porch. To doors we keep, Joy says. To lights we leave on, I say. To women who refuse paper cages, she adds. To women who read, I say. Liam calls from the driveway. Can I come up with Emma? Yes, I say. She's on the mat. Emma races to me. Grandma, I missed you, I say. Look at you, taller than my fears. What's this necklace? She asks, pointing. My key, I say. It keeps the porch light on. That's home, she says. That's me, I answer. Can I try it? She asks. You can hold it, I say. You can earn the turn when you're older. I like the weight, she says. It's my promise, I say. It says I choose. Liam lingers. Thank you for letting her see you, he says. She always could, I say. Even when you couldn't. I'm learning, he says. Keep learning, I say. One honest day at a time. Grandma, can we plan something? Emma asks. Rosemary, I say. It remembers. What does it remember? She asks. Who I am, I say. Who you are. Then let's give it space, she says. We will, I say. Roots need room. We press soil, pour water, and watch the dark earth settle. I hang the key back on its chain and feel it warm against my skin. The porch light hums. My house stands. My name stands. My door stays mine. I breathe, sip tea, and leave the porch light on for love tonight. If this hit your heart, don't scroll. Subscribe to Grandma Untold Stories, tap the bell, and share this with someone who needs stronger boundaries. Comment key. If you believe elders should sign their own life, and tell me what you'd have done at that dinner. Your like keeps the porch light on for the next story.